season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate creative leagues, and what if tournament. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. Hey, this is Coach DK with Coffee Cup Games. Hope you guys are having a good one. We're doing a series here replaying the Chicago Cubs from 1906 and the pursuit of a world championship. Originally in 1906, one of the greatest teams ever to play in Major League Baseball history, unfortunately lost the World Series and therefore solidifying them as one of the biggest disappointments in one of the greatest upsets in World Series history. So we are replaying the 1906 World Series. We are the Chicago Cubs, and that's who I'm going to be managing, hoping to be able to win the 1906 World Series and give the 1906 Chicago Cubs the respect that they are due. In Game 1, we were able to manage the Chicago Cubs at home and help them to an extra inning victory, and now they lead the replay of the 1906 World Series 1-0. But we are entering into Game 2 where the White Sox are hoping to bounce back, unlike they did originally in 1906 when the Chicago Cubs won on the road. So here we go with Game 2. Let's check out the starting pitchers and the starting lineups. For the Chicago Cubs, they're going to have Ed Rohlbach. He went 19-4, started 24 games, had an impressive 1.65 ERA. Out of 218 innings pitched, he only allowed 129 hits. Unfortunately, he did walk 92, but he did strike 94. For the Chicago White Sox, they're going to have Southpaw Doc White. He went 18-6, started 24 games, had an also very impressive 1.52 ERA. He pitched 219 innings, gave up 160 hits, walked only 38, and struck out 95. For the Chicago Cubs, for Game 2, they're going to be starting Hoffman, the center fielder, is going to be leading off. Shecker, the left fielder, is going to be batting second. Schultz, the right fielder, is going to be batting third. And Chance, the first baseman, is going to be in the cleanup spot. Steinfeld, the third baseman, is going to be batting fifth. Joe Tinker, the shortstop, is going to be batting sixth. Johnny Evers, the second baseman, is batting seventh. Johnny Kling, the catcher, is batting eighth. And on the mound and batting ninth is Ed Rohlbach. For the home team, the Chicago White Sox, they're going to have Hahn, the right fielder, leading off. Fielder Jones is going to be playing center, batting second. Frank Isbell, the second baseman, is batting third. George Davis, the shortstop, is going to be batting fourth. Donahue, the first baseman, is batting fifth. Daugherty, the left fielder, is batting sixth. Sullivan will be behind the plate, and he's going to be batting seventh. Tannehill, the third baseman, is batting eighth, and on the mound is Doc White, who will be batting ninth. So now let's jump into Game 2 from the 1906 World Series between one of the greatest teams of all time, the Chicago Cubs, going against the Chicago White Sox. But before we do, going to ask you guys, do me a real quick favor, hit that thumbs up and like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. And lastly, but not leastly, please leave any questions, comments, or snide remarks in the comment section down below. So now let's jump into the replay of Game 2 from the 1906 World Series. Game 2 at Southside Park is about to get on its way. Southside Park, the home field for the Chicago White Sox in the early 1900s. They are the home team. Doc White, the southpaw, is on the mound, and Hoffman, our center fielder, is up who at 296. He needs a 1-9, and it's going to be a single. So that's going to be a quick leadoff single that the 20-die roll is in our favor. So we are going to have a man on first base right off the bat. Here is Sheckard, our left fielder. He hit 262. He's up to bat. He needs a 1-2 for a double. Unfortunately, it is going to be a 4, so the 20-die roll does not come in favor for us in that one. Chances weren't very good, only 10% chance, so that's going to be 1 down. And now Schultz is up. He hit 281, led our team with 7 home runs. He is going to hit a fly ball into right field to Hahn. That's going to be the second out. And now Hall of Famer Chance, the first baseman's up. He hit 319. He did have 3 home runs. He's going to draw a walk, so he is on base. And now Steinfeld, our third baseman, who led our team with a 364 average, is up to bat. Here's the first pitch, and it's going to be a passed ball as that goes off of Sullivan, the catcher's glove. And that's going to advance the runner. So we now got runners on second and third. Steinfeld up. And of course, just like I thought, they are going to intentionally walk him. And now they're going to come up to future Hall of Famer Joe Tinker, who hit 288. And here's the pitch, and another passed ball by Sullivan. So Sullivan, the catcher, doing a horrible job, and that's going to give us our first run as we now take a quick 1-0 lead, and Tinker now still up to bat, and he's going to hit a fly ball to Hahn in the opposite field, and Hahn, the right fielder, pulls that one, and that's going to end the top of the first. But we do get a run on 2 pass balls by Sullivan, their catcher. Bottom of the first, here's Hahn, their leadoff man, Rollbach on the mound, and that's going to be a strikeout. So that's going to be 1 down, and now fielder Jones, the center fielder, is up. He needs a 1-19. It's going to be an 11, so that's going to be ripped right up the middle, and that's going to put a runner on. They are trying a hit and run. Isbell misses the pitch, so that's going to mean Jones is stealing. He does have an 85% chance. We're going to try to get him. Didn't think we would, so that's going to put him on second base with a stolen base, and now Isbell with a runner in scoring positions up. He's going to hit a ground ball to Tinker. That one is a high chopper. Tinker has to take that one, throw it to first to get the out at first, but Jones is able to go to third, and that's going to be 2 down with him only 90 feet away, and here's Hall of Famer George Davis. But Davis is going to hit a ground ball to Evers, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So even though they get a single, a stolen base, and we're able to advance the runner, they are not able to get him over home plate. And so we still have a 1-0 lead as we go into the top of the second. Johnny Evers is up. Our second baseman's leading us off. He had 255, and he is going to lead off with a single that he pulls between first and second, a line drive that gets through the hole, and that's going to put him on base, and we're going to try to see if we can get a good lead here. And he is able to get a lead. He is stealing. And he will be safe. So a quick stolen base there, and now Johnny Kling is up. Our catcher with 312 did very well back in 1906. He's going to hit a ground ball to Tannehill. Tannehill is going to keep Evers at second and take the easy out at first. So that will be 1 down, and now Rollbach is up. Unfortunately, our pitcher not very good, and so we're just going to see if we can bunt, and it works. I know we already had 1 out, but I just didn't think we were going to have much of a chance to advance Evers. So we are going to put Evers on third base with 2 down. Hoffman, who is 1 for 1, he did score a run earlier in the first inning, and unfortunately, it's going to be a strikeout. So a strikeout by Doc White to end the inning. So we go into the bottom of the second. Donahue's going to lead off, the first baseman. He needs a 1-9. It's going to be a line ball right at Frank Chance. So that's going to be 1 down. Here's Daughtery. Daughtery, who hit 226, is going to hit a pop-up opposite side of the infield. Steinfeld, the third baseman, pulls that one, and that's 2 down. And now here's Sullivan, the catcher, who's not had a very good game so far. He is going to hit a ground ball to Evers at second base. That's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning as we go into the top of the third. Here is Sheckard. Our left fielder is going to be leading us off in the top of the third. He is 0 for 1 as he did fly out. He's going to hit a ground ball to Isbell. Isbell has to make a play. He cannot, as that ball is going to be a single. He rushes the throw. He overthrows Donahue at first base. So Sheckard had already beaten out the throw and now is able to take second on the throwing error. So he is on second base with a single and an error. And now we have Schultz, our right fielder, coming up. He is 281. He did have 7 home runs. He flew out earlier. He is going to hit a ball opposite field to left to Daughtery. And so that's going to keep Sheckard at second base. Now Chance is up. The Hall of Famer drew a walk earlier in the first inning. And unfortunately, he's going to be strikeout. The second strikeout by Doc White. And now Steinfeld, our best hitter, is up. And again, for the second time so far, they are going to intentionally walk Steinfeld, bringing up Joe Tinker. And they are going to walk Tinker. So that's going to be the bases loaded. Evers up to bat. He ripped a single earlier in the second inning. So here he is, 1 for 1 already. He needs a 1-3. It's going to be a 15, so it's going to be a line out right at second base as Frank Isbell yanks that one, and they are able to escape with 0 runs being going against them. Unfortunately for us, we did have the bases loaded, and we're not able to take advantage of it, so we go into the bottom of the third, still with a 1-0 lead. Tannehill, their third baseman, is going to be leading off. He only hit 183. He needs a 1-2 for a double. This is going to be a 3, so we barely had the 20 die roll in our favor, so that's going to be 1 down. And now Doc White is up, their pitcher, and he's going to be strikeout. The second strikeout by Rollbach, and now Hahn is up. He is 0 for 1, and he's going to be strikeout. So that's going to end the inning as Rollbach has only allowed the White Sox to get 1 hit so far in this game. And we're going to go into the top of the fourth as the Cubs are leading 1-0. They have 1 run on 3 hits, have not committed an error. And our opponents, the White Sox, have 0 runs. They have only gotten 1 hit, and they have committed an error, and that does not include the 2 passed balls by Sullivan. Top of the 4th, we got Kling, our number 8 hitter, coming up. He hit .312, so very good for a number 8 hitter. He's going to pop this one up to Donahue at first base, and that's going to be 1 down. Here is Rulbach, the pitcher. He is going to hit a ground ball to Davis at short. That's going to be 2 down, and now our leadoff man, Hoffman, the center fielder, is up, and he's going to draw a walk, so he is on base. We're going to go ahead and try to see if we can get a lead here. He has a 75% chance. If he gets a good lead, he does not, so he's going to stay at first, and that's going to bring up Scheckert, who is 1 for 2, and that's going to be a strikeout. And Scheckert, the left fielder, is injured on the play, so he is going to miss the rest of this game. So with the injury, and we do have it set that regardless of what the injury is, they will miss the remainder of that game, but they will be able to come back after this game. So we are bringing in Slagle to go to center field. We're going to move Hoffman over to left field. And so that actually helps us out pretty well defensively, as Hoffman's not a very good center fielder with only a range of 3. Slagle much better. Slagle did start a lot of games for the Cubs, but we're now in the bottom of the 4th. Fielder Jones is up. He has their only single so far. He's going to hit a ground ball to Evers. He's got incredible range. He has to make a play. He will. And that's going to be 1 down, and now Isbell is up. Isbell needs a 1-19 for a double, so this one's going to be over Slagle's head. It's going to bounce off the wall. Slagle's going to throw it in to Tinker, who runs it in as Isbell gets comfortably at second base, and that's going to be a double with 1 out. So now Davis, with a runner in scoring position, is up to bat. And so Isbell trying to get a lead. He cannot. Davis is going to hit a ground ball to Steinfeld. Steinfeld's going to keep Isbell at second, throw it to first for the out, and that's going to be 2 down, and now Donahue is up. The first baseman, he had 282. He did have a home run. They barely had any home runs in that year for the White Sox, and unfortunately for them, that's going to be a line ball right at our second baseman. So that is going to end the inning as they leave a runner in scoring position. Now we go into the top of the 5th with us still leading 1-0. Here we go. Schultz is going to lead us off in the top of the 5th. The right fielder hit 281. He is our only power hitter, but unfortunately that's going to be a strikeout. The 4th strikeout so far for Doc White. And now Chance is up. He has walked and struck out. He needs a 1 for a triple. The rest is going to be a flyout. So unfortunately, that's going to be a 10 on the 20 die roll, and that's going to be a flyout. So Steinfeld now is up. He's been intentionally walked twice. And so finally, he's going to be able to swing. And showing why they've been walking him, he rips a single. So that is going to put him on first base with 2 down. And now Joe Tinker's up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's going to ground ball to Donahue. Donahue has to go to his right. He gets the ball. He underhands it to White, covering first. Tinker beats the throw, but the throw is also behind Doc White, and so that one is wide, and so now Tinker's going to go to second. Steinfeld is going to go to third, so that's going to put runners on second and third with a hit, and then a throwing error, the second one by the White Sox. And so now with runners in scoring position, Johnny Evers is up. He is 1 for 2. The Hall of Famer needs a 1-4. It's going to be an 18. No! So again, we have runners in great positions to add some runs, and we come up empty. So we're going to go into the bottom of the 5th with a very narrow lead of 1-0. Here's Daughter. He's going to lead off for the White Sox. The left fielder hit only 226. They don't have a very strong bottom of the lineup. He's going to hit a fly ball to Slagle in center field. That is a routine fly ball, so that's going to be 1 down. And now Sullivan, the catcher's up. He's going to hit a ground ball to Johnny Evers. That is going to be an easy second out. And now Tannehill, the third baseman, is up, and he's going to draw a walk. So he is on base, and now Doc White comes up, their pitcher, and he's going to hit the ball into opposite field, the Hoffman, who's now playing in left field. So that's going to be an out. So again, they are not able to knock in any runs, as Ed Rulbach has been pitching a great game, only allowing 2 hits so far, and our defense has not committed an error, and that is why they don't have any runs, and we still lead 1-0. Top of the 6th, here is Johnny Kling. He's going to be leading us off. He is 0 for 2 today. He is going to pop up for the second time in this game. This one's going to go over to Isbell at second base. That's going to be 1 down, and now Rulbach is up. Our pitcher's going to hit a ground ball to Isbell. He's been busy in this inning. That's going to be a ground ball that he's able to take in. That's going to throw it to first, and that's going to be 2 down. And now Hoffman, our leadoff man, he's going to draw a walk. So with 2 down, we're going to try to see if we can get a good jump here. He cannot get a good lead, unfortunately. So now Slagle is up, his first at bat, and he's going to draw a walk. So we now have runners on first and second. Schultz is up. He is 0 for 3. He's flown out twice. He's been struck out. We need him to do something, and unfortunately, he's going to hit a ground ball right over to Donahue, who's able to tag the bag himself, and that's going to be the third out. So again, we have multiple runners on base, and we are not able to take advantage as we go into the bottom of the 6th. Here is Hahn, their leadoff man, and he's going to be strikeout. 4th strikeout by Rulebach. And now fielder Jones is up. He has one of their 2 hits. He's going to hit a fly ball to right field. Schultz has to get on his horse. It's in the gap. Give me that! And Schultz with a beautiful running play as he's able to get that one in right center field. That's going to be 2 down, and now Isbell's up. He also has their other hit. He's going to hit a ground ball right to Chance, who's going to take it to the bag, and that's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning. As we go into the 7th inning, we still lead 1-0. We have 1 run on 5 hits have not committed an error. The White Sox have 0 runs. Only 2 hits have committed 2 errors, and that does not include multiple other mishaps that their defense has made so far in this game. Top of the 7th, Frank Chance is up, the first baseman at 319. He is 0 for 2 today, and so that's going to be a walk. So he has been walked twice now. And now Steinfeld is up. He has only been able to swing at pitches once. He's been intentionally walked twice, and he has gotten a hit in his at-bat. And so we're going to try to see if Frank Chance can get a good lead here and take second. He cannot get a good lead. So we're going to let Steinfeld swing away. And unfortunately, Steinfeld, our best hitter, is going to be strikeout. So a strikeout by Steinfeld, and now Tinker, the shortstop, is up. And that's going to be a little dribbler in front of home plate. Sullivan hops up, throws off his mask, throws it to first, and Chance is going to take second, as that's going to be 2 down. And now Evers is up, and Evers needs a 1 for a home run. This one's deep, but unfortunately the 20 die roll is an 18 as it goes all the way back toward the wall, but it will not even be close to deep enough. And that's going to be the 3rd out as we now go into the bottom of the 7th. Rulebach still looking fresh, going against Davis, their shortstop, their cleanup man. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Tinker. Tinker's going to take this one in, scoop it up, throw it to first to Chance, and that's 1 down. And now Donahue's up, and that's going to be a walk. Only the 2nd walk issued so far by Rulebach. But it does put a runner on base, and now Daughtery is up. They're trying to get a lead. They cannot. And he needs a 1-7 for a single. It's going to be a 4. So they have 2 runners on. They've only had 5 runners on so far, and 2 of them are in this inning. There's 1 down. Sullivan is up the bat. We could really use a Tinker Evers Chance double play here. And it's going to be a walk on Sullivan.
Boo, you suck.
And so Tannehill is up. Bases are loaded, 1 down. We have the infield in. He could try to bunt this, knowing the 1906 and how we have the computer manager set for the Chicago White Sox. And fielder Jones, the player manager, is going to bring in Town, the pinch hit. He did hit 278. He's going to hit a ground ball to Tinker. Whoopsies! Tinker with an error. So Tinker has very good range. He is a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, he bobbles this one. That's going to be an error. And so they do score a run, tie it up, and bases are still loaded. And now Doc White is up, and he's going to hit a ground ball back to the pitcher. So Rulebach's going to put this one up, throw it to home. We're going to get the force out at home. Bases are loaded still. And now with 2 down, Hahn, the leadoff man, is up. He had 204, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Tinker. This one, he doesn't have to make any special plays, so he's going to throw it to second for the fielder's choice. And we get out of that inning, but unfortunately, our first error in the game is costly as it allows the White Sox to tie it up at 1 apiece. Here is Kling, our catcher. He is 0 for 3 today. He's popped out twice, and luckily he gets a hit this time. Pulling this one, hits a ground ball between third and short. It has eyes to get through the infield, so he's going to be on first base. We are going to try to see if we can get a good steal here. He is running out, and he's going to be thrown out at second base. I tend to be aggressive. I was planning on stealing, thinking with a 75% chance he would make it. I would then use Rulebach to bunt to put him to third. So with 1 out, thought I would have a guy 90 feet away, but unfortunately it backfires as they throw out our catcher, Johnny Kling. So now Rulebach is up. He is 0 for 2, and he's going to draw a walk. So at least he gets on base the first time in this game. And now Hoffman is up. He has been on base 3 times, 1 single, and this is going to be a wild pitch by Doc White. So White and Sullivan really struggling connecting in this game. And so now with a runner on second, Hoffman, our leadoff man, is up. He is 1 for 2. He's been walked twice. He has a single. He's scored a run. He needs a 1 for a triple. It's going to be a 5. So this ball is going to be to Hahn. It's going to be pretty deep. We have a chance to advance Robach. We are going to send him 1 to 13. He goes to third. 14 to 19, he needs to go back and hold. 20, he's going to be out. And unfortunately for us, it's going to be a 19. So he's going to remain at second base. He is obviously not fast as our pitcher. He has a 1 to 10 when it comes to his base running. Now our center fielder, Slagle, is up. He did draw a walk in his first at bat in the 6th. And unfortunately, he's going to hit a pop-up to second base. Slagle chokes in the clutch, and that is going to take us into the bottom of the 8th inning with fielder Jones coming up and leading off for the White Sox. The center fielder hit .230. He is 1 for 3 today. He's going to draw a leadoff walk. Not what we were looking for. Jones, a very good base stealer, and he is getting a good lead. He has a 1 to 17.
He's safe.
It's going to be a 15, so he is on base. And now Isbell is up. He is 1 for 3, and he's going to hit a fly ball to right field. Schultz is going to come in, take this one, and he has a very good arm. It is not deep enough, so fielder Jones is going to stay at second. And now George Davis is up. He had 277. The switch hitting shortstop, 0 for 3 today. He needs a 1 to 2 for a double. He's going to pull this one. It's going to be to Schultz. Down the line, Schultz gets there. Jones might have a chance to move up, and it's a very good throw by Schultz with his -3 arm. And so with a roll of a 16, Jones goes back to second. And now that's going to bring up Donahue, who hit 282, one of their better hitters. He has lined out twice. He has walked. He did score their only run so far, but luckily for us, Rollbach is going to get him to hit a fly ball to dead center, and Slagle is going to pull this one in for the 3rd out, so we escape with a runner in scoring position. And now we're going to go in to the top of the 9th with the score tied 1 apiece. And could we have another extra innings game like we did in game 1? Fortunately for us, we have the heart of our lineup, Schultz, the right fielder, Chance, the first baseman, and Steinfeld, our best hitter. They're going to be up to bat in this inning. Schultz, though, unfortunately, is 0 for 4 so far. And so here's the pitch. He needs a 1 to 2 for a double. It's going to be a 9, so it's going to be a simple fly out that Jones has to move a little bit, but is able to easily pull this one in. And now Chance is up. He's 0 for 2. He has been walked twice. Here's the pitch. He's going to pull this one into left field. Daughtery easily able to bring this one in, so that's going to be 2 down. And now Steinfeld is up, as they've been leaving Doc White in for a long time, and now Steinfeld takes advantage of it as he rips one into left center to the gap, and Jones is going to run to get there. He's going to throw it into the infield as Steinfeld ends up with a stand-up double with 2 down in the top of the 9th, and now Joe Tinker is up. He is 1 for 3. He has been walked. Can he knock in Steinfeld in the 9th inning to give us a 2-1 lead? Here's the pitch by Doc White, still on the mound, and White with a strikeout. So fielder Jones with a good managerial decision there to keep White in. And now we're going to go into the bottom of the 9th. The game all tied as they're going to have Daughtery, their left fielder, leading them off. He's going to hit a line ball to Steinfeld at 3rd. That's going to be 1 down. And now Sullivan, the catcher, is up. He needs a 1 to 2. It's going to be a 4, so it's going to be a line ball to Chance, and that's going to be 2 down. And now Rowe, the 3rd baseman's up. He's going to hit a single. So with 2 downs, he hits a single, and now Doc White, they're going to let him hit. He is going to hit a ball opposite field to Hoffman in left, and that is going to be the 3rd out. So we are, for the 2nd game in a row, going to go into extra innings. Johnny Evers is going to be leading us off as we have the bottom of our lineup coming up. Evers is a Hall of Famer, so he did hit 255. Here's the pitch. He's going to hit a line ball to Davis, and that is going to be 1 down. And now Kling is up. He is 1 for 4. He needs a 1 for a single, and it's going to be a 1. Awesome! A 20-die roll comes through for us in the 10th inning, and that is going to put him on first base. We are going to try to see if he can steal here. He has a 75% chance. They almost pick him off, but Kling just gets back in time, so Rulbach is up. And we are going to bring in a quick pinch hitter for Rulbach. And so we decided to bring in a pinch hitter for Ed Rulbach. Even though he has pitched a wonderful game, we have a chance here. We are going to bring in Gessler to pinch hit. He hit 250. We already have two guys on the bench who can actually come in and pinch hit for us. So Gessler up to bat. Kling on first. Here's the pitch by Doc White, and they are going to bring in Frank Smith to pitch. So he's trying to play a little chess with us. We don't seem to be too worried. Gessler is going to go against the right-hander. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a walk. So Gessler does well, works the count, and gets ball 4. So that's going to put runners on first and second. It's now Hoffman, our leadoff man, is up. He is 1 for 3. He has been walked twice. So he has been able to get on base 3 times so far. Can he do it again for us? And unfortunately, Smith with a strikeout. So a strikeout by Smith, the second out, and now Slagle is up. The 232 center fielder is 0 for 1 today. He is 1 for 3 so far in the World Series. What can he do? He's going to hit a ground ball to Donahue, and that is going to end the inning. So unfortunately for us, Smith comes in and is able to get out of the 10th inning, and now we're going to go into the bottom of the 10th, and we're going to have to bring in a relief pitcher. And just like we did in game 1, we're going to bring in Jack Taylor, who got the win in the first game in extra innings, and he's going to be facing off the top of their order 3 left-handers right off the bat, a switch hitter, and then 2 more left-handers. He is probably the best on the bullpen when it comes to lefties, and he's going to get Hahn to hit a ground ball to Steinfeld, so that's going to be 1 down. And now Fielder Jones is up. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. He's going to get Jones to hit a ground ball over to Chance, so that's going to be 2 down. And now Isbell's up. He's 1 for 4 with a double. He needs a 1 to 8 for another double, but it's going to be an 11. So Hoffman able to take this one, bring it in. And so the 20 die roll continues to be in our favor, as now we're going to go into the 11th inning. 11th inning, right fielder Schultz is going to be leading us off. He hit 281 back in 1906. So far, he is only 2 for 11 in the World Series. He's 0 for 5 today. Here's the pitch. We need him to start coming alive. He needs a 1 to 14 for a triple, but it's going to be a 20.
Disappointed!
So the 20 die roll fails us, and Schultz still without a hit in 6 at bats so far in this game. And now Chance is up. He's hitting 375 in the World Series. He needs a 1 to 4, and it's going to be a 3. So that's going to be a single. Smith with a +1 hold. Sullivan with a +1 arm. Chance has a 95% if he can get a good jump here to steal.
He's out!
And they are going to pick him off at first base. So that is going to be 2 down, and now Steinfeld is up. He is 2 for 3 with a double. He's going to draw a walk. We're going to try to see if we can get him to steal. Hopefully he won't get picked off. He has a 1 to 18 on a 20 die roll. It's going to be a 5, so he steals second easily. So that's going to put him in scoring position. Now Tinker is up. He is 1 for 4. He has been on base on a walk. Can he come through for us? But he's going to hit a ground ball to Donahue at first base. And for the second inning in a row, Donahue takes it to first himself and ends the inning with a putout. As we go into the bottom of the 11th, Davis is going to lead them off. George Davis, the shortstop, hit 277. He is 0 for 4 today. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a strikeout. So a strikeout by Taylor, and now Donahue's up. He's 0 for 3. He did get on base with a walk, but he's going to rip a single that goes right up the middle. A little ground ball that Evers and Tinker quite can't get to, so that's going to be a 1-out single, and now Daughtery is up. And they are stealing. We're going to throw it. It's a 1 to 16.
He's safe!
He does get there in time with a roll of an 8. So he is in scoring position. Daughtery is up. Daughtery hit 226. He is 1 for 4 today. It's his only hit so far in the World Series. He's going to hit a fly ball to Schultz in right field. He's got good range. He's got a good love. He should be able to get this one, and he will. So that is going to be second out of the inning. And now Sullivan is up. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. And he's going to be strikeout. So Taylor takes us into the 12th inning as the score is still tied 1 apiece. Who would have thought we would have had back-to-back extra inning games in this replay of our 1906 World Series? Evers is going to lead us off as we have the bottom of the order coming up. Evers is 1 for 5. Can he get a hit? He's going to hit a ground ball to Davis, who has to make a play. A nice play by Davis as he shows his range and why he's a Hall of Famer, and that's going to be 1 down. And now Kling is up. He's 2 for 5. He's going to be 3 for 6, so he gets on base. He has been thrown out early in the game when he was trying to steal. We're still going to try to steal. I'm going aggressive. He gets a good jump, and he is going to be safe as he needed a 1 to 16 for a steal. He gets a 14, so he is able to get there. So that's going to put him in scoring position. Now Taylor is up. Taylor, our pitcher, do we want to let him hit? And I think we are going to go with a pinch hitter, as we only have one other pinch hitter that we can bring in this game. So let's go ahead, let's go to the bench, and let's get somebody else up to bat against Smith. So here's our backup catcher, Moran. We only have 4 guys on the bench. 2 of them only had 1 at bat the entire year in 1906. They usually let their pitchers hit. And so in game 2, in the top of the 12th, and a runner in scoring position, we are going to bring in a pinch hitter. We're going to let Moran come up the bat, see what he can do. He had 252 originally in 1906, but he's going to hit a line ball to Donahue, and that's going to be the second out. So it's going to come down to Hoffman, the left fielder. He had 269. They're going to intentionally walk him, and they want to go against Slagle, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. He is 1 for 4 in the World Series, 0 for 2 today. He hit 232. Here's the pitch, and he's going to hit a ground ball back to Smith, the pitcher, and Smith is able to make the play. So that is going to end the inning, as we are now going to go into the bottom of the 12th, and I need to bring in a new pitcher from the bullpen. And I am bringing in Carl Lundgren. Carl Lundgren went 17-6. He did have 2 saves. He had a 2.21 ERA back in 1906. So I actually feel pretty good about our bullpen and the pitchers that we have there. And so now Rowe, the third baseman, is going to lead them off. He is 1 for 1. He is going to hit a ground ball to Chance. That's going to be a ground out. So that's going to be 1 down. And now Smith is up. Smith's going to be strikeout. So they're letting their pitchers hit. And now Hahn is up. Here's the pitch and another strikeout. So Lundgren coming in, shutting them down in order as we go into the top of the 13th for the first time in our World Series. And so now Schultz is going to lead us off in the top of the 13th. The right fielder hit 281. He is 0 for 6 today. He needs a 1. It's going to be a 20, as he has not had a very good World Series so far. And now Chance is going to come up. Chance is 1 for 4. He has 2 walks. He's hitting 444 so far in the World Series. He's going to rip a single right up the middle, a line drive over the infield. Jones gets this one, and now Chance is on first. I think he got picked off the last time we were trying to get a lead, but that's not going to make us stop, as we're going to try to see if we can do it again. And he gets a good jump, a 1 to 19, 95% chance. They're not even going to throw it. So that is going to put him on second base. Our best hitter, Steinfeld, is up. They have intentionally walked him twice. He is 2 for 3. He also drew a walk. My gut is they're going to walk him again. Will they roll the dice and go against our best hitter? They will, and Steinfeld shows why he was our best player, as he's going to rip a single.
My man!
I can't believe they actually pitched to him. He gets the RBI single, as Chance is going to come all the way from second, easily score, and that's going to give us a 2-1 lead in the 13th. But the inning is not over, as now we have Steinfeld on first, Tinker's up. We're going to try to see if we can steal. Can he get a good lead? And he is not able to get a good lead, so he's going to remain at first. Tinker is up. He's 1 for 5. He has gotten a walk. He's going to draw a walk again, so that's going to put 2 runners on. And now Johnny Evers, the Hall of Famer, is up. He is 1 for 6, only hitting 100 in the World Series. Can he get a critical hit? And unfortunately, he's going to get a very unfortunate double play. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. But we did get a run on Steinfeld's single. So we are going into the bottom of the 13th with a 1-run lead, and Lundgren with a chance to finish this one off. He's going to be starting off going against Fielder Jones, their center fielder. The player manager hit 230 back in 1906. Here's the pitch. He needs a 1 to 11. It's going to be an 8. So that's going to get a single. Go! So a leadoff hit by Jones, only their 6th hit in the game. And now Isbell's up. He's going to draw a walk on the pitcher's card.
You're killing me, Smalls.
So that's going to put runners on first and second. No outs. Davis is up. He's 0 for 5. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be another walk as now the bases are loaded.
Boo! You suck!
What are you doing, Lundgren? We need to go to the bullpen as Lundgren apparently is not able to perform well in this inning. And now the bases are loaded with no outs. And we only have a 1-run lead. And then probably a very surprising move, we are bringing in Mordecai 3-Finger Brown. I know he just pitched the last game, pitched a bunch of innings. He does have a little bit. Hopefully he can just get us through this inning. And Donahue is up, the first baseman. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a strikeout. A huge strikeout by Mordecai Brown. All we're asking him to do is get us through this inning. We'll bring in somebody else, but can he get us out of it? Hopefully we can keep everybody remaining where they are. Here's Daughtery. He's 1 for 5. He's going to bunt it.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Mordecai Brown charges, gets it. He throws it home.
He's out!
So that is going to be a force out at home plate. Holy cow, Mordecai Brown with a huge, smart defensive play as he gets the force out at home as they try to bunt the tying run in. And unfortunately for them, luckily for us, Mordecai Brown is a genius, and that's going to be 2 down. As now we have Sullivan, the catcher, up. He is 0 for 4. He has drawn a walk, and Fielder Jones is going to bring in Bill O'Neill. Okay, he had 231, the switch hitter. I guess they want the lefty-righty matchup. So what can O'Neill do? Here's Mordecai Brown, and he's going to get O'Neill to hit a ground ball to Tinker, who's going to throw it to Evers. That is going to end the game as Mordecai 3-Finger Brown comes in with the bases loaded, no outs, strikes out the first batter. They try to be cheeky and try to bunt in a run. Mordecai Brown is smart enough to throw it home on the force out as we just get him out at home. And then with 2 down, he gets their pinch hitter O'Neill to hit a ground out to our Hall of Fame shortstop Joe Tinker to end this one as we win 2-1 in Game 2 and now have a series 2-0 lead. Holy cow, what a clutch performance by 3-Finger Brown to come in the bottom of the 13th with the bases loaded and no outs and help us get out of that inning. So luckily for us, we now have won both Games 1 and Game 2, some extra inning battles that allowed us to come out victorious. So unfortunately in 1906, the Chicago Cubs were not able to win the World Series, but right now we are leading the World Series in our replay 2-0 and are only 2 games away from being crowned the champion. So for Game 3, we're going back home. Unfortunately, originally the Chicago Cubs lost Game 3, but we're hoping to come out victorious and possibly even sweep the Chicago White Sox in our replay. I hope you guys are enjoying this replay. It's been a lot of fun so far. Until next time, this is Coach DK. Have a good one. Bye.